All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're going to explore how you can effortlessly escape the concrete jungle and finally claim your very own piece of the earth. If you've been dreaming of wide open spaces, fresh air, and a place to truly call your own, you are definitely not alone. But let's face it, actually getting there can often feel like a total financial nightmare. Well, today, we're breaking down some fascinating insights from Land Limited that explain how the whole American dream of land ownership has seriously evolved by 2026. We're going to unpack a model that is just an incredibly friendly alternative to traditional real estate purchasing. It's all about making things simple, and as you'll see, buying land is actually way easier today than you might think. To really ground us in that ultimate dream, just imagine this for a second, a surprise moose encounter up in the north, or watching a brilliant sunset over a New Mexico mesa. It's a really vivid reminder of the stunning nature just waiting for you out there. The source material makes a great point here. Wanting land isn't just some dry financial transaction. It's a lifestyle choice, right? It's about legacy, it's about recreation, and building something truly sustainable. But as we're about to see, the traditional system designed to help you get there hasn't exactly kept up with that vision. Sadly, reaching that peaceful homestead often means you have to navigate this cold, incredibly rigid obstacle course set up by traditional banks. I mean, getting a loan for raw land in 2026? Traditional banks treat it like you're asking to buy a piece of the moon. The analysis points out that with interest rates being so stubborn and institutional lenders tightening their requirements to historic levels, the traditional path isn't just difficult right now. For a lot of folks, it is fundamentally broken. Getting approved for a slice of nature is handled totally differently than buying a standard suburban house in a subdivision, and honestly, it can quickly start to feel a lot less like a dream and way more like a trap. So why is it like this? Well, institutions view your slice of wilderness as a speculative asset. Basically, because there isn't a house already sitting on it, banks see raw land as a huge risk. And when banks see risk, they throw up massive, totally intimidating roadblocks. We're talking about demanding 20 to 50% down payments right up front. 50%? Plus, they apply these super strict debt-to-income ratios that completely ignore your actual lifestyle and your financial flexibility. And on top of all the paperwork, you're looking at 45 to 60-day closing windows. In a competitive market, waiting 2 whole months for a bank to shuffle papers around, that can easily kill your deal and your dream before you even get started. And this really highlights the fundamental difference in how land buyers are being evaluated today. The traditional bank approach judges you entirely on an outdated, lagging indicator, the 3-digit credit score. It's a total 20th century metric trying to solve a 21st century problem, and it usually ends up punishing you for a missed payment from like 5 years ago. But the 21st century solution proposed by the owner financing model, it completely shifts the focus. It's a much friendlier alternative that, instead of obsessing over your past credit history, actually focuses on your future potential. It looks at your genuine drive to build a homestead or a retreat. It treats you as a partner with potential rather than just another credit score on a screen. So here is the absolute game changer. Owner financing models, like the one outlined by Land Limited, completely strip away all that intimidating red tape. They are setting an entirely new standard by letting you start your journey into the wild for an incredibly accessible $1 down payment. Yeah, you heard that right, literally just $1. By offering terms this accessible, it fundamentally changes everything. It takes a process that used to be an exhausting financial marathon and turns it into a welcoming open door. It's all about stressing the ease of buying and making the purchase of land as frictionless as humanly possible. When you actually break down the numbers for 2026, the contrast is honestly night and day. With traditional banks, you're stuck putting that 20 to 50% down, meeting 680 plus credit minimums, waiting 30 to 60 days, and paying hefty origination and appraisal fees. But with the owner financing approach, we're trading those 60-day waits and hidden fees for instant approvals, zero carded checks, and absolutely zero prepayment penalties. It's entirely designed from the ground up to be a simpler, much friendlier alternative that actually wants to see you succeed. To truly grasp why this works so well, we need to understand the relationship itself. The source defines this as an owner financing partnership. It's a completely direct-to-consumer model. You aren't just a row on a spreadsheet being bundled up and sold off to some anonymous loan servicer 90 days later. No, you are entering a genuine human-to-human partnership. The seller acts as the bank, which ensures direct accountability. The people you're buying from actually know the terrain, they know the local vendors, and they've stood on the dirt themselves. Because they hold the note, their success is completely aligned with your success in developing the land. Historically, I think some folks viewed owner financing as just a backup plan. But savvy land buyers in 2026 realize it isn't a last resort at all. It's actually the absolute smartest way to keep your hard-earned cash right in your pocket. Think about it. If you aren't forced to lock up tens of thousands of dollars in a massive, rigid down payment for a bank, you preserve that cash. And what do you do with that cash? You use it to actively develop and improve your brand new property. So picture the actual journey of improving your land. It basically breaks down into these highly empowering steps. Step 1, you get instant approval, bypassing the bank entirely. Step 2, because you preserved your cash, you can actually go ahead and clear your lot. Step 3, you add a driveway or whatever necessary infrastructure you need. And step 4, you grow your equity. The momentum you build here is incredible. By avoiding a massive upfront bank payment and restrictive loan terms, every single dollar you spend actively improving your land goes straight into building your own equity. You're investing in your future, not merely padding a bank's collateral. It's such a highly efficient, empowering way to grow your asset. Ultimately, when you picture your future out in nature, whether that's building a sustainable homestead or just having a quiet weekend retreat, you really have to ask yourself, why wait for a bank to validate your dream? The standard has completely changed. The smart money in 2026 is moving toward direct, transparent, and highly accessible land ownership. If the traditional path is fundamentally broken, are you ready to bypass those exhausting hurdles, choose the friendly alternative, and simply take the keys to your new homestead today? It's a fascinating shift in the market, and one that puts the power squarely back exactly where it belongs, in your hands.